everybody, and welcome back to another Waltons review, where we are reviewing the episode The Reunion. With me, I got Resolute Germ. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, girl?
Oh, I'm doing. Like I was saying backstage there, I don't feel so bad about my 6 foot drift no more after what I seen in California there with their 10 to 12 feet of just regular snow.
Yeah, they're overdue.
Yeah, they could have it. So let's go ahead and start this with our synopsis like I always do. I think Errol Hammer did a lot of this. Oh, Jack Shea, I never even heard of him.
Waltons Mountain had been in our family for generations, a silent witness to all the bright and wonderful days I knew as a boy. If mountains remember events, then surely it must treasure, as I do, the memory of that day during the Depression when my sister Mary Ellen got into a fight after school and the events that followed.
All right. Now, I was saying, if I ever started out like watching this show, like with this episode, I don't know if I'd ever really watch the show because the first like 20 minutes, first 15 minutes was real slow.
That's not uncommon.
Yeah. So I start out with this guy, whatever the hell his name is, forgetting the rule not to hit a woman. There, and so him and Mary Ellen gets a good old shiner.
He didn't start the fight.
Yeah.
Mary Ellen's the one that jumped him.
Yeah, but I suppose. Then I don't know how I'd like to have her as a sister because she likes to tattletale a lot. A little fucking. That's not Aaron. That's maybe that is Aaron. Yeah, Jabba, Mary Ellen. Let's see, Jim Bob. Let's see. There's Ben, Jason, Jim Bob. Yep, that'd be Aaron. Yep, there's 3 girls, 4 boys, 3 girls. I was trying to run the names through my head there. So John Boy has to break it up. Then that's when fucking Jason decides to step in and push the other kid back. And apparently Jim Bob here is wearing some girly clothes because he had to take because his mom had to make him a shirt from one of her old dresses. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse at all?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know because he got a dress or a shirt made of an old dress that was hers because she spilled some ink or something on it, so she just cut the top off and gave it to Jim Bob here. So they had to make do with what they had, and that's what the whole fight was about.
Yeah. Very believable fight too.
Yeah. So
because Brown Boy there, sure he could have really crushed Mary Ellen, but 1 or 2 swings in and he's gassed. So you believe that? Yeah, he never got any solid shots in.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure Mary Ellen could dodge some stuff.
Well, yeah, because that guy has no wind.
Yeah.
He probably wasted all his energy bullying the little one. Then when she came along, he was just lumbering and accidentally made contact to get the black eye.
Yeah. Okay, so now they're at the family table. Grandma's praying at the end of the Depression. The lady, she keeps her prayer nice, short, sweet, and to the point. There. So, then John there, he's giving her a chance to fess up. They're asking her, he wants her to explain that shiner. That's when Jim Bob decides to come over and hug her. Oh, let's see if I can turn this off real quick. You can see the nice old shiner right there. They did a good
Yeah.
job doing that shiner on the makeup there. So, and I explained the fight, They should just be glad that the clothes are clean. Apparently, Evelyn ate while she was cooking so that she could continue all this work, Because, that's the one thing I never understood. All up to the season, she was always able to keep up with housework and they'd always have time, But all of a sudden, she's so damn busy.
You get busy when you want to. She's looking to avoid certain conversations.
What? Like the whole Mary Ellen thing or what? Or the money thing?
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Let John handle that.
yeah. And John makes a comment how he likes a woman with some meat on her bones, The grandma's like, hey, do you think of anything except hugging and kissing? God, that's the one thing I love about the show, of how they show how innocent the times were. Because nowadays it's all about fucking sex. But in this show, the furthest they talk about is hugging and kissing there. And even Grandpa makes a banner, goes, well, can you think of anything better? It's like so innocent. That's the one thing I love about this show.
Only innocent to the level of degeneracy that it is today.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there.
When you're living in Sodom and Gomorrah, anything seems innocent.
Yeah. So where's our damn asteroid? Of course, if Apophis has anything there, it would it'll be 2029. So Grandpa asked him when is he going to get Livy a washing machine. She doesn't want one because she doesn't know how to run one. You can tell John Boy's thinking something.
Oh, he's always thinking something.
Yeah, so John has to go out and cut more meat after supper. And apparently they got Ike Gossi got himself a slot machine because which one's one of the Baldwin sisters? I can't remember which one's which. They're start pulling the slot machine. He goes, "Hey, I got 3 squirrels." There, and it goes. Then they're talking about how it's improper for a lady to pull one of those levers. All right. There. Goes. Sometimes I just hate being a woman. And I'm gonna play this scene.
Hello, John Boy.
Can you remember that second-hand washing machine you had for sale one time?
Yeah, sure. It's right over there.
So yeah, they're looking at the washing machine there, and they got going for a good old barter.
How much you sell it for?
Why, are you thinking of getting married and setting up housekeeping?
Oh, for my
Oh,
mom.
come on, I should know better.
Well,
And see that she's over here. Now this perked up her ears right there.
how's $35 sound?
Right steep to me for a second-hand machine, Ike.
Yeah, he does have a little go. He has a little bit of a chin on him there. He's stiffing up. I think he knows how to barter.
$30 as is.
20. I mean, I don't even know for sure that it works.
$25.
I think Ike was being a little nice to him.
20, Ike.
$35.
By letting him talk him down so much. Boost up the boy's confidence and his negotiation ability for the future.
Well, you gotta remember this is the Depression. None of them have as money. See, Doug's getting desperate. He says this in the scene, but then also their family.
Yeah. So he cut him a very, very good. He probably paid about 20 to $25 for that machine, and he's losing money on it.
Yeah, they never do say.
$20. It's yours.
Or I bet you paid like 15 to 17 out for it. He's trying to double the price, double the profit. Double the price, double the profit.
That's not Ike's.
Yeah. This one we found out he's getting poor too because he has to make deliveries. So Miss Emily and Miss whatever, they're have some jobs for him to do. So basically, it carries out the things. We learned that cousin Homer came to town.
Another Baldwin cousin.
Yep, and as crooked as it could be.
And all of them are crooked. It's just those two are too naive to understand it.
Yeah. So. Well, that's because they're so innocent.
More like sheltered.
Yeah. And they keep bringing up Ashley Longworth, but I don't think... have they mentioned whatever happened to him yet? I can't remember.
He's never been mentioned before as far as I can remember.
No, they mentioned it before. Or they mentioned Ashley. Because every time we see the Baldwin sisters, they're always talking about Ashley.
I think that's just an old boyfriend that the judge made move along, probably with some buckshot.
Well, that's because he stole a kiss from him.
And that's why the buckshot didn't land.
Yeah.
Anything more, they'd never find the body.
Yeah. So. Oh,
At Ashley and suggested he leave. And he left like a flash.
But he had taken liberties, had he not?
Kissed me. Up there under the maple tree.
so yeah, he kissed her under the maple tree. Then he did something with her too.
And, no talk of marriage?
None whatsoever.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Then he meets John Boy, he's a writer there. You find out he's a traveler. He left Buckingham County 20 years ago. Apparently, there's no Baldwins left anymore. They're gonna round up what's left of the Baldwins there and have a just like. So they're gonna round up all what's left of the Baldwins and have a big old family reunion.
That's a nice idea.
There, and I didn't think of that scene at first anywhere, but it was a pretty good setup. There when sheriff there asks him if he's staying out of trouble, goes real directly, and I did. There, and he goes and pays Ike for $1 down payment on the washing machine. And the times are better, you will have held on to it, but first bidder, the bid for it gets it. So,
And I'm
No,
betting
this
there's
is-
no refund.
yeah, no, Ike wouldn't stiff John Boy like that. Not John Boy. But this is a scene I had issue with because he wants to borrow the truck, which we've seen John Boy drive it like in at least 5 episodes so far. I'm thinking he's drove the truck a lot, but now he wants to go down to. He explains to him that he's working for the Baldwin sisters there, and he wants to drive the truck down to Ike Godsey's there to drop so he can haul the supplies over to the Baldwin sisters' place. There, But since he doesn't have a permit, they don't want him driving that far, But we've seen him drive down all over the place before. The sheriff knows he drives around.
Yeah, but not to the Baldwin sisters. The sheriff keeps an eye on the Baldwin sisters. More specifically, who goes out to visit the Baldwin sisters.
Oh, you really think that sheriff's gonna do anything?
And he knows what causes trouble.
Yeah.
People get a little bit of that recipe in them. He's out there waiting for the inevitable trouble.
Hey, just as long as it stays inside the county, he don't give a shit. So Grandpa goes along with them because anybody gives him trouble, they got to answer to Grandpa. Whoops, I went a little too fast for this damn. So yeah, so they pulled into the Baldwin sisters there. Yeah, loads of Grandpa comes in there. So they get introduced there. They're all sipping on the recipe and they start singing. He's talking about how he's a businessman. So, not much here. And now the family's getting worried because it's getting dark. Oh, it's getting dark, and John Boy and Grandpa haven't come back. So that so they're all worried sick, but John's not worried. He knows exactly where John Boy's at, but he's not telling Olivia. Grandma's getting worried and stuff.
Yeah, no need to trouble him with the truth.
Yeah. The John Boy comes in and goes, you reckon we ought to get going? Like to home, So Grandpa's, after a little bit back and forth there, he goes, baby, the kid, because they're going to the movies there. He's talking to them going to Charlottesville there because they haven't seen a movie since the silent era. He wants to take them to the talkies and that. So he talks him into going to the talkies over in Charlottesville. They haven't seen a movie since Charlie Chaplin. I don't know when that came out. Charlie Chaplin's in the Gold Rush. I suppose I should probably Googled that. So I had to compare.
I think that should have been about a decade or so because Charlie Chaplin was in the 20s, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Googling it right now. 1920. So they haven't been to a movie since 1925, and it's 1933. So that would be 7 years.
8 years.
So Papa hasn't been gone that long. I guess their father must have died too long ago.
Yeah, just before the series, I believe.
Here, I'll see if they ever mention it. Because I thought I don't.
I thought it was in the neighborhood of like 3 to 5 years, something like that. So not too long.
Oh shit! All I'm getting is Alec Baldwin stuff. I'm not gonna waste too much time on it. I'll Google it for next round or next time. Yeah, so they're taking off. Then apparently his vehicle won't start there. Now it did not sound like a dead battery to me because it kept turning over. There. That sounded more like a clogged carburetor or a plugged fuel line. What do you think?
I don't really remember what the sound was.
Here.
Night, ladies.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a battery.
Battery's dead.
Now, either clogged fuel line or, well, they wouldn't have carburetors back then, would they?
I'm not sure when those came about.
See, it's small stuff that.
It might be a plug. Plug or the intake valve.
Okay, the Benz came in like in created the carburetor in 1886. Or I'm getting 18. So the carburetor's been around. So it could be a multiple of different things, that reason why. But that's not no damn battery because it will just turn over like twice and then just not do anything. So Grandpa volunteers to take him to the talkies there. So John Boy has to drive because apparently Grandpa can't drive at night. And
Grandpa can't hardly see. He shouldn't be driving at all.
Yeah. And you could hear the. Oh, did you catch the when he was putting the suitcase in there?
Town.
That's not laundry in there. Grandpa heard something. He knew something was up with that. You think John Boy will have heard that?
No, John Boy was a little busy with trying to get the ladies all secure.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're all worried because she's worried about Grandpa can't see in the dark. They're all worried. They're gonna go out looking for him, searching the hills, because apparently they don't. They can't go down the hike stair quick and call or send a message.
I'm sure that's pretty far out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know the road. I don't know the roads. So apparently, Homer tells him that he's seen this movie so many damn times he can't see it again. So he pays for all four of them to go in there while he Neanderthals out. There. So he goes to a place called Daisy. He's going to try to sell her. I wonder if she's what would you call it? A flapper house? Or a brothel?
Yeah.
She must run
Probably.
one of those.
Or just a regular old speakeasy.
So he introduces her to the recipe. She tries it because she thinks he's just trying to sell her dirty water. Now, I want to know how they figure. Oh, just a sec. I'll wait till we get to it. So they see the movies.
You allowed my son to help those old women make
I
biscuit?
missed it. So you got the Baldwin sisters knocking on the doors and all that stuff. They're not sure where they could be. Apparently, it doesn't look that dark out, though. It looks a lot brighter here than it was in Charlottesville. But they must have had to have the spotlights,
Yeah.
Okay, this is the scene I wanted to play. Oh, look who...
Well, I'll have a word with you, old man.
Oh, Grandpa's pissed there. I like how Grandpa just took all the blame for it just to get it off.
Well, in all fairness, it is his fault.
Yeah, John Boy wanted to go home a long time ago.
We will talk later.
Sure.
How you been keeping, young boy?
Oh, mighty fine.
Glad to hear it. Been over to Charlottesville lately?
Yeah, I suppose John's truck is kind of easy to spot, though. But this raises a couple questions, though.
Well, yes, sir. We were over there tonight. We went to a picture show.
The boy was with me all along. He's been up to no mischief.
You all had yourselves a good time, huh?
As a matter of fact, we did.
Yeah, they had a splendid old time there.
Ever a thought of the folks at home worried sick about where you might be?
You had the sheriff out looking for us all night.
No, but I should have.
Where have you two been?
Yeah, it's kind of how did they manage to come back at the exact same time? That's what I want to know. It'd been probably a little bit better if they was who came in at the end of the a lot later than they do now.
I've been scouring these hills for you.
Mama, we went over to Charlottesville for a little while.
I hope you have a good reason, son.
Now, before anything goes any further, I want you to know it was all my fault.
You know, it's kind of funny how John's just so understanding. He's there. He's not yelling and screaming. He just wants them to tell him why he was over there. But it doesn't sit there and yell and scream about him going there.
Well, he did come back alive. That's the important part.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Let Mama do all the worrying about everything else.
Let her wear her voice out, yelling and screaming.
Yeah, that's what a mother does. Father's there to deal logically with what is, not what could have happened. The fact is, they're both back alive and well. Gramps is a little bit tipsy, and everything's fine. They just aided and abetted a felony.
Yeah. Unknowingly. But I guess ignorance is only 9/10 of the law there, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Because don't they say you break like 4 felonies a day or something like that? And welcome there, pop culture curator. We're halfway through our review here. You haven't really missed much.
Hey, Pop.
Yeah, so you're continuing on playing.
An old man.
The Baldwin sisters, they had their hearts set on going to town. And their old car wouldn't work, busted down, so we went in our truck.
Oh, I don't know about these Walton men. One's too young to be sowing wild oats, and the other one's too old.
What's sowing all old oats? I never even heard that expression before.
Sowing wild oats?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I've never heard of that expression before.
It's gallivanting.
Oh, gallivanting? Okay.
Yeah, having fun, and usually it would involve getting laid, but that's not an option with their company.
That don't stop them.
Now, if there's any wild oat sowing being done, son, maybe you ought to tell me about it.
Daddy, we went to a picture show.
It was Billy Jack Bibb in The Croonin' Cowboy.
Wait, that's not the one they went. Went to see, what was it? I can't remember.
That Charlie Chaplin one was the one the Baldwin sisters saw the last time they were there.
Okay. Continue on with the scene.
Sheriff, thank you for bringing him home. I did bring him home. I've been sitting here waiting for him to come home.
Why put any effort into the work when he knows he'll come home? Why put any work into it?
The word I get from Charlottesville, the law over there says that somebody's suspected of transporting bootleg whiskey in your truck, John.
See, I want to know how did he know that Uncle, like, do they know Cousin Homer over there in Charlottesville? Did they knew he had whiskey? Or did they spot him going to Daisy's and they're just like this sheriff here where they know
they spotted the whiskey, they spotted the truck, and they're looking for the through line.
Well, I think they spotted Cousin Homer going into Daisy's place, I'm guessing. And they're just like Sheriff Sprigg. As long as it stays in the county, they don't give a shit. As soon as it crosses county lines, then they got an issue. I'm thinking that's what happened.
Probably. But Homer's probably a known factor. They probably didn't see him, but they saw a truck they didn't know. And they found out probably through patronage that there was some more whiskey in town. They're just looking to put two and two together.
Okay.
I'm surprised you both didn't land in jail.
Is John Boy going to jail?
Oh, but the kids all ratted themselves out. They probably wouldn't have even noticed them there.
I want you to go to jail, John Boy.
What are you children doing out of bed?
We just want to see what's going on, Mama.
Well, get back to bed, all of you.
Did Mary Ellen still have the shiner in here? Oh. So yeah, so this is when the sheriff promises he wants John to call him the next time cousin Homer has him in. Goes off on one of his little trips there, and he talks Evelyn into letting him go back over there. So yeah, that's the gist of this whole conversation. Then they're talking about it. They're sending out the invitations there. She wants to invite Ashley Longworth, but they don't know where they live. There, Miss Emily here thinks he has lovely cheekbones. The other one liked her eyes. Apparently, he had one blue eye, one green eye. There. So John Boy goes and mails them out. He's not really doing much work and all that. And did they ever mention who this lady is? Or is she just there to be there?
She's just there to give John Boy someone to talk out of buying the washer.
Oh, was she?
She was eyeballing it, and he had to go run some interference.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. So then he mails them out. They make the joke that 3 cents a damn stamp. So let's see. Let's do some calculator here. Works. So 127 times 0.03. So that's $3.81. So
With a great price.
yeah. So $3.81 in 1933. So they spent $69 sending out letters. So they pretty much wasted $70 on letters and that for there.
That's okay. That's a case of the recipe.
Yeah, probably. So John Boy has to sit there and look all the stamps. God, you think he'd just ask Ike for like a brush in the water? So instead of sitting there and licking them all.
That'd take a little bit more time.
Yeah,
it'd be easier on him, but he's looking to get it done fast.
Yeah. So here he's asking him to borrow the truck again. Then apparently he gets permission. And they're putting the finishing stuff. And they're talking about all their different cousins and stuff. Not much here. So, I never understood why they called it branch water. Like there's a cup hanging on a branch, but that's it.
Probably a branch stream for a river.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. A tributary. So yeah, he brings up pretty much an old whiskey jug out there. They call it a mud crock or something like that. And he goes to get
Something
some
like
water, and his truck's missing. He's trying to find cousin Homer. He notices that the table's empty. So yeah, he goes in there and asks him about that. So he's on one of his trips. They go look. All 144 jars are gone. So he runs down to Godsy's there. Oh, I didn't want to go back 10 seconds. So I want to play the scene here because this is really good.
Mike, can I use your telephone for a minute?
Right there in the wall, John boy.
Yeah, he acts like everybody knows how to use a telephone. Probably the one thing that John Boy doesn't know how to use.
Well, that's understandable. He's just looked at it for as long as Ike has it.
Yeah.
Where you been all your life, John boy?
Well, we never had a telephone in the house. I never worked one of the things before.
Okay, I'll show you how to work it.
He could have just rung up the sheriff for him.
First thing you remember is you take the receiver in your left hand.
Well,
like this.
essentially he does.
Yeah.
And as for ringing up the sheriff directly, not an option at that time.
Okay. So, yeah.
Lay long I can hold.
I didn't know it was a matter of life and death. Okay, now you take that crank over there and you turn it a couple times, and then you talk to Miss Fanny Tatum, and then she'll listen to every word you say no matter who you're talking to.
Oh, that's comforting to know. But, of course, that's no different nowadays.
Yeah, only Fanny isn't a FBI agent.
Oh, I was thinking NSA.
You're a good 20 or 30 years early for both of those.
No, I'm talking about nowadays.
And hey, Lemon Pie, welcome to the show.
Hey, Lemon Pie. Welcome there. We're reviewing the reunion there.
Hello, Walton here. Oh, Mom's fine, thank you.
So she must know everybody in this area too. Even
well, yeah, she connects everybody's calls.
Yeah.
She's the one woman in that county everyone's talked to. If you want to or not.
Oh no, we didn't buy a phone. I'm just calling from Mike Godsey's general merchandise store. Do you think you?
Did he really have to put that much words into it?
Oh, he's fine, Miss Fanny. Yeah, hold on just a minute. Miss Fanny Tatum said to tell you hey.
Tell her I appreciate it.
I didn't think that was a greeting back then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Appreciate it. Do you think you could let me talk to Sheriff Bridges, Miss Fanny? Thank you.
The sheriff?
No, Ike really wants to know what's going on.
Yeah. Just where's a miracle of modern technology. Fanny takes the wire that she's talking to John Boy on and plugs it into a huge board to the one little pin that leads to the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
You remember you told me to call you if Cousin Homer Lee Baldwin pulled anything funny? Well, he did. Well, Cousin Homer Lee and 144 quart mason jars of the recipe in my daddy's truck are all missing. About a half hour, I reckon. I was gone a long time. I was up on the mountain fetching some branch water and... Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Sheriff. I appreciate it. Goodbye.
So yeah, he just gives him a call. Then he tells him how it's missing there.
John Boy, what is your daddy going to say about his truck being missing?
Oh yeah, I forgot to say he had to twist it a few more times to let Miss Fanny know that he was done. Like, but he's like, she knows she's listening the whole time.
And I guarantee you she was. That's how they spent their time.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. She was listening the whole time.
Yeah.
John Boy, what is your daddy going to say about his truck being
Oh, this is the next scene I wanted to show right away.
Well, I'm going to find out soon enough.
You can tell when those operators were listening because they were oohing and on at your conversation.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about their reaction here.
They know the...
So,
Well, that's not funny.
so John Boy's expecting to get an ass shoe in here, and they're just sitting there laughing at him out of there. They're, it must be nice not to have to worry about your vehicle going missing by someone could. Well, at least they know who has it, I guess.
I don't know. It has nothing to do with they know where the vehicle is. They know what condition that vehicle is.
Yeah.
It ain't getting anywhere near Charlottesville.
Yeah.
7 people coming and not to drop a recipe in the whole house.
Yeah.
Well, let me remind you that your truck is gone.
Oh, my truck is gone.
Well, I'd like to know what you're going to do now. That's what I'd like to know.
I don't know. He's just getting pissed because they're just sitting there laughing, and he wants that ass chewing. He wants the ass chewing. You can tell it instead of just them laughing about it.
Oh, I'm going to sit right here working this machine. That old truck is such an eyesore. I'm going to get 20 miles without being picked up. You're going to stand out, John Boy.
But I'm going to go help the old ladies at their reunion right now, so excuse me.
Well, they're going to need some help. 127 Baldwin and not one drop of recipe.
Yeah, that spelled for disaster right there. All the Baldwins and no recipe? That is asking for disaster. Yeah, so that now they're expecting Ashley to come by. See, this is when the show really picked up. It took 35 minutes for the show to really start picking up. And they didn't hear him coming in. They want the children, they won't let all the children come, because there hasn't been children in the house for a while. And every single letter came back. All 127 of them. Either they're dead or they couldn't find the addresses for them. So John Boy just kind of slips out without looking. And he talks the family into going over there, to cheer the Baldwin sisters up. He even talked Grandma and Evelyn into fucking going over.
How nice of him.
Yeah, and they all get up in their sandy gear. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. That's the one thing about Livy there is, even though she absolutely despises the Baldwin sisters, there's no question about it. She just absolutely despises those old ladies because they're bootleggers and stuff. They're nice gals, but she doesn't want bootleggers in their house. Her kids are on bootleggers.
But they're old ladies in need, and she has to do the good Christian thing because that's what Baptists do.
Yep. So they all come in, and they're all happy to see kids and see Grandpa and them, and they're all singing songs. They're singing songs and stuff. And apparently Sheriff Briggs come over. I'm guessing they found the truck and they picked up Homer. So I think he's sitting in jail now. I can't remember, right? Now, I don't remember this scene here. Oh yeah, now I do. They, apparently they gave him enough money to buy that washing machine, so Ed Godzik delivers it, and she's all ecstatic and that, and he explains that he's been working for the Baldwin sisters. That's how he was able to pay for it.
So the bootlegging money went to good use.
Yeah. Well, he didn't make a drop of that recipe, so.
I know they're not going to tell some stranger the recipe.
Yeah, but that's
you have to be a Baldwin to get those ingredients.
Yeah. And for some reason, it stopped playing now.
Prove what those old ladies do.
Mama, I never actually made any of that recipe.
Oh, yeah.
When we were living through them, we called them bad times and thought that we were poor. Only after we had all grown up were we to realize what good times they had been and how very rich we were. Often in memory, I return to that house and to the echoes of those voices.
Yeah, so that's the end of our episode there. So what do you think, Germ?
Pretty slow for most of it. Picked
Yeah.
up a little bit when Cousin Homer showed up. I'm going to give it C+.
That's what I was thinking. It was real slow, but it picked up at the end there. But otherwise, it was kind of a slow, dull. Like I said at the beginning there, if this would have been the first episode I watched, I would have probably given up after the first 10, 15 minutes there. And I don't know how much of the show I have actually watched because of this episode. But it's a little bit of a slow episode. But overall, at the end, it really picked up. But we've had quite a few solid episodes there, so have a slow episode in there is not too good, not too bad. Let's see, our next episode will be The Minstrel. When Mary Ellen meets a traveling folk singer, she begins to feel restless about her life on Waltons Mountain. I don't remember that episode, so. So yeah. So thank you, Pop Culture Curator, for coming. On Monday we are reviewing our last episode of Star Trek: The Animated Series. I cannot remember the name of that episode though. So, but then I think Lost in Space won the poll. I'm not quite sure, but I think we might be reviewing that. It was pretty close there with Batman 66 and Lost in Space there. Then on Tuesdays, he's on Anti-Derivative Jill's channel about 12:30 Central Standard Time to review Star Trek: The Original Series. Then at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, he does his horror review streams. And then on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, me and him review Gilligan's Island there. And thank you, Lemon Pie, for coming. I see Lemon Pie has nothing on his channel as of yet. You want to plug yourself, Germ?
Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Time, we're watching The Land Before Time, 1988.
Ooh, that's a good one. You can't be... You can't... That's a wonderful movie. Too bad my kid won't be here. But, okay. So for me, tomorrow night, we are watching Babylon 5. We're halfway through season 4. Then on Sunday, we are starting our Matrix month there. So we'll be watching The Matrix. And then on Wednesday there, Stranger Things watch party at 7 o'clock. So you guys have a wonderful night. And remember to be a gorilla.